Hey everybody, Cole here with Classic Mini DIY, and it has been a minute since I did a video. So let's learn why and talk about what's coming next on Classic Mini DIY. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome to the next episode of Classic Mini DIY. Now, you guys might be thinking, Colt, this is the first video you've put out in a few weeks, almost a month now. And yes, that's correct. It has been a little bit since I've made my last video. Mostly due to life in general. This isn't my full-time job. I have a full-time job that I work every day. And we got a new puppy, it's been the holidays, got sick, all sorts of different things. Lots of stuff has prevented me from making videos, but I wanted to jump in here and talk to you guys about what's going to be happening next year and what you guys might come to expect on the channel and how it's going to be changing, because there are some big changes coming in the future. So to start off, I do want to mention that if you are watching this video, you might care about what's happening on the channel, and if that's the case, maybe consider subscribing, because most of the people watching these videos aren't even subscribed, and genuinely, subscribing to this channel does help me with the YouTube algorithms, the overlords of YouTube, and it helps me out a lot. So if you like this video, if you want to see more about what I talk about here in this video, consider subscribing. Now, to have a good look at what's in the future, we need to take a look in the past and see how this channel came to be and the types of videos that I make on it. Now, you guys know that the Classic Mini has always been the centerpiece of this channel. In fact, it's in the name. Classic Mini DIY. And we can't really talk about this channel without talking about all of the things and all of the renditions that this car has gone through. We started off with a very stock, for the most part, Classic Mini, a 1960 with a 1275 in it. Now, obviously that engine's not original, but whatever. And this car has gone through so many changes, and it's going to go through more changes in the future, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But we've gone from a naturally aspirated dual HS2 setup to a single HIF44 with enlarged pistons and a bigger build. And then we've moved even broader and more crazy. We've gone to superchargers, we've gone to turbochargers, now we're on fuel injection. This car has been the test bed for me in all of the different renditions and the things that I have learned on a Classic Mini. And that's not really going to change. This car is always going to be that car for me. It's always going to be my family, and it's always going to be part of my life. But like with anything in life, but you're never really truly growing as a person until you put yourself into new and challenging situations that are going to challenge you to learn and challenge you to grow as a person, but also in your skill set and the things that you're doing. For those of you who are on my Patreon, you probably already know a lot of what I'm about to talk about. But in the coming year, we are going to be tackling a lot of new and very different projects. But we're also going to be tackling projects that are similar and reliable and the things that you guys have come to know on Classic Mini DIY. But those types of videos, such as the structured DIY videos where I'm covering a single topic, how to replace an alternator, how to replace your steering rack, how to do anything on this Classic Mini, those videos are going to be less frequent. They're still going to occur, but I've covered a lot of what there is to cover on a Classic Mini. If you guys watch my old videos, I've got stuff on there from building gearboxes to changing your oil to doing all sorts of other really complex tasks. So what does that mean for the channel in the coming year? Well, we are going to be tackling a few big projects, but some of those aren't even including a Classic Mini. And I really hope that you guys decide to stick around and watch those videos, because I'm going to be putting a lot of time and a lot of effort into those. I feel like I have a lot that I can share with you guys that's not just Mini related, but I haven't really had the opportunity because my channel is so very focused on Classic Minis. Now, I've already started the planning phase on a lot of these projects, which you can actually see kind of written up behind me here. And there are a lot of really big things coming even just for my Classic Mini that are written on this board and getting planned out right now. Now, some of those things I can't share with you. I am working through a lot of kind of behind the scenes details. I'm working with some really amazing companies to kind of bring some of this stuff together. That stuff you'll learn more about in the coming year. But we are going to begin tackling some really interesting projects on new Minis. We're going to be tackling some stuff on some Mini variants that you guys haven't seen before in the past, such as the Mini pickup, a Mini van. I'm going to start pulling in a lot more unusual jobs. So you're going to see things that are less common on the Classic Mini than the things that you've seen in the past. So I won't be covering as much how to replace your brakes, but I might be covering things on how to fully convert your car to coilovers in the rear, or even how to rewire or redo your electrical system with a completely modern system. Those types of things are going to be what are going forward, the things you're going to see on the channel. Now, in addition to that stuff, I also have a very big project that I'm working on and will be working on with my wife, which is a transit van conversion. The total logistics and everything of when that's going to be happening are still up in the air, but we are planning on converting a Ford Transit to a fully built out camper, build it all ourselves. It's in the name of the channel, Classic Mini DIY, except this will be a classic, van life DIY, something like that, who knows. But we're going to be converting a Ford Transit, all-wheel drive, EcoBoost. It's going to be a very nice van, and we're going to make it a full-fledged camper so we can go camping with our new puppy and really travel and explore. And of course, there will be situations where I will be bringing the Mini with us and towing that behind that sweet camper van. So I hope you guys like that kind of stuff. There's going to be a lot of that content coming up in the future. And of course, the much larger project here that I have on my board. Now, I know that's a lot of change. That's a lot of stuff that I just went over. And if you guys have any questions about it, post that in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys think of the stuff that I'm doing here in the future. And if you have any suggestions on things you'd like to see, it can be wild and crazy. I have a lot of different hobbies. The things I do are not just on this Mini. I mountain bike, I hike, I camp, I do all these things outside. And I think that I can bring a lot of really fun content to you guys that you might enjoy that's not necessarily about a Classic Mini. But I really, really hope that you guys decide to stick with me and stick with the channel. If these are things that sound interesting to you and you want to help support me making these videos for you guys, there are a few different ways that you can do that. Of course, I have a direct way. It's on patreon.com. You get access to a live chat as well as a ton of other really amazing benefits that are only for patrons. The link to that is in the description below. And then, of course, I have started releasing and selling OEM Plus parts for the Classic Mini. So things that you can't find at other shops, or you can find, but they're not the right level of quality for a Classic Mini, in my opinion. And so we have started carrying all sorts of really cool products. We recently launched a fuel-injected throttle body. I have some updates to that coming in the near term. I can't share it yet, but very soon there's going to be some updates to that throttle body. A new version, I'll just put it that way. We sell some really, really slick brake and clutch lines from HEL. We sell some upgrades, phone mounts, chargers, things of that nature from Retro Components. And we're going to be broadening that product lineup in the coming year. It's something that I'm really passionate about. I want you guys to be able to find really high quality parts for your Classic Mini if you need them, if you want them, and keep these things on the road. My parts and the things that I'm focusing on are all about exceeding OEM quality, adding parts to the car that are going to keep them drivable, that are going to keep them operational into the future and with modern technology. So like I said, if any of that sounds interesting to you, you want to support that, head over to my Patreon or head over to my store. Those are two really great ways to support the videos because a lot of what I'm doing is going to be very expensive. And of course, I am totally open to taking on that cost myself to produce these videos. But if you feel like you want to help out and help me cover those costs, it would be supremely, supremely appreciated. So that's going to wrap up this video. I know that there was a lot of talk in this one. I tried to spice it up, bring you different places, but if you guys have any questions about it or any of this didn't make sense, feel free to post in the comment section below. I really hope I can share as much detail as I can with you. And of course, when the bigger project, the big surprise project gets to the point where I can share it with you in full, I will do that, of course, in a video. But there most likely will not be any more videos this year. This is probably going to be the last one of the year. I'm going to wrap up the year with my family. We have some, bigger things that we want to take care of, and it's going to be a very big focus for me to spend more time with my family over the coming months. I really, really hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. I hope you have a good new year, and I will see you guys on the next one in January, where we jump into some really, really cool stuff. But you guys know the drill. Until I see you on the next one, enjoy those minis and motor on. Happy New Year.